people? CJ here with another episode of CJ Speaks. Today, my guest is that Kyle. He's a hardcore wrestler who is well known on the indie scenes for being in such promotions as No Ring North and Death Proof, as well as Courage Pro Wrestling. And today, we get to find out a bit more about him. I've interviewed him before in the past, and we're going to see what excellent things he's up to now since I interviewed him last. He has a big match coming up May 28th, I believe, and at Death Proof, the Death Proof tournament. And I am going to send him the request right now. Let's see. How's everybody doing? How's it going, Kev? Ladies and gentlemen, that Kyle. How's it going, dude?
Woo! Doing good, man. You?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy to be doing Instagram Lives again. After
Very cool.
a very brief hiatus.
I feel you, brother. It's good to see you back finally.
Still have the green hair, I see. Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Gotta stay on brand, right?
This one is a little more grown out. I used to have the sides shaved off, but now I'm all charged up and whatnot. Spiky.
Nice. So you have a big show coming up pretty soon, eh? With Death Proof.
Yes.
So that now that you're finally in, who do you expect to face in the first round?
I don't know who I expect to face. Of course, Warhead would never tell me. He doesn't even want me in the tournament to begin with, so why the hell would he tell me who I'm against, right? I don't even know what the brackets look like. I don't know what anything looks like. Like, Warhead's keeping all that stuff under wraps, and of course he's not going to tell me. Why would he tell me?
Exactly, right? He'll probably tell you the day of, probably.
Yeah, like 10 minutes before. He's just like, oh, Kyle, by the way.
Yeah, Kyle, by the way, you're facing Jesse Amato. Or
Nah.
Jesse
Yo, don't threaten me with a good time, all right?
Have you decided which weapons you want to bring to this fun show?
Well, we got the old reliable faithful right here, the monster bat.
Nice
and cleaned up and fresh cans and whatnot. And then, of course, if I was to take you on slight other tour in here, it's a little dark. Give me 1 second. I got my gusset plate cowbell.
Nice.
And the story behind that was it was originally given to me by Warhead. And as you can see, sort of inside there, there's some red left in it a little bit. And it used to be red. And so, of course, I colored it green, wrote "fuck you" on it, and and now it's mine. It's mine now. And
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, are you going to be wrestling at Courage Pro if they do bring back their hardcore division?
I challenge them. I challenge them to bring back their hardcore division, and I challenge them to put me on the show and possibly have me challenge for their hardcore title. And then after I win it, they'll have to, deal with me all the time.
Pretty much, right? Their hardcore division is kind of like hit or miss too, so it's like you can't really win in that sense.
I mean, like, you can win because they have such incredible potential. Honestly, I hope the best for Courage Pro. Like, look at my passive-aggressive Facebook statuses. You know what I mean? It's like I love Courage, and this is what I'm saying is I want them to do well. I want them to. My good friend Ryder Furlong is very much involved with Courage, and so I want the absolute best for Ryder Furlong, so I want the absolute best for wherever Ryder Furlong works. So, and there's a lot of my friends that work there, so, and Aiden Rain, the champion, he's been that champion I looked on Cage Match for over 1,000 days, and that's just not fair. Okay. So, in my opinion, if anybody was to challenge for the title, like, I think the last guy to challenge for it was Joey Allen, and I was in the match to qualify for him to be in that match to begin with. So, if anything, they should just work their way down that list
I
and start with me, though.
They need to bring back Madman Pondo for sure.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like if I was like a Make-A-Wish child, that would be like what I would ask them to do. Like I said, they have such incredible potential. They bring people from the States. They do awesome matches and they have an incredible venue. They do great things. It's just there's these little things that could just be so much better, and and it is what it is. You know what I mean? I have mad respect for Courage, and I'm looking forward to the changes.
I can't wait to see what happens with that as well too. Um, in your opinion, when you did the what was it, fail four way with Madman Pondo, or was it a six way?
There were five of us, six of us in the ring. Yeah.
Now, do you think with that you can have a upcoming feud with Madman Pondo?
It would be like ridiculously easy. I'm very good at starting rivalries because I have such a punchable face that whenever I sort of make a promo and somebody, challenging somebody, they tend to want to shut me up after. So,
You gonna give a shout out to anybody, or do you want me to like segue into it? Madman Pondo, please face this gentleman right here, because he is gonna do wonders one day.
I appreciate you, CJ. He is coming back from Japan soon, so that's really awesome. That's at least like his 42nd tour or whatever of Japan, I believe.
Yeah,
And he just went over for Big Japan with Necro Butcher. It's very cool.
you could face anybody from the Juggalo Championship Wrestling roster. Who would you face?
Oh man. Oh. I know that Violent J and Shaggy don't count.
So that'd be
Let's see. Right, it would be sweet. As much as it would be cool to face Officer Colt Cabana, I would really like to wrestle the Weed Man.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, when I watched JCW, the Weed Man was my favorite, and a lot of people don't know this, and I don't know if I should be saying this, but his under the mask, it's he actually took the mask off. He lost the mask in a match.
Mhm.
Is Dysfunction from CZW and like IWA Mid South back in the day and whatnot, and
Oh,
that's who he is under the mask. So like, even if it was him, I would love to face him. That would be dope.
that'd be sick. So how about that Jim Cornette promo on you, Kyle?
Ah, yes, the Jim Cornette promo. The thing about it was I used to do cameos, like, or get cameos. I would buy them
Yep.
and then make promos based on the cameos, because I would ask the person basically to roast me, essentially. Like, I would just give them details about myself and then have them kind of bury me. And I would take the footage and kind of, like, work it and everything. And the one for Jim Cornette, which, by the way, was like $200. Like, I really invested in that one. And he, at the time, was only doing them on select days and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I had actually, like, tried at one point to get a cameo from Jim Cornette, but then I was actually denied because they had sold out at the time, because he was only doing a select number. So the next time, I had actually listened to his podcast, and I had, because that's where he announced when he would do the cameos, like what weekend or whatever.
Mhm.
So I was paying close attention, and I made sure that on the dot, I even went and made sure the time zone was correct and whatnot, which is hilarious. And I waited and I waited, and right when the hour hit, I went onto Cameo and I spent the money on PayPal, and I got my cameo. The problem, though, was that I was so flummoxed at the fact of I have to get this in quick. My description of what he was, to read to me or whatever
Yep.
was very, to him at least, was very hard to comprehend, essentially. So what he was seeing was Kyle was asking him to roast Kyle. You know what I mean? So he wasn't sure who he was roasting. So that was sort of what the cameo ended up being, but there were parts of it where he did mention, like he did say about me that I was like a 5'10" drywall punching, monster drinking, douchebag, garbage deathmatch wrestler. You know what I mean? And that makes him want to jump off a cliff right there, or whatever. So there were clips from the cameo that I could use. So I chopped them all up, and I was just bored one night, and I did this. Chopped them all up, and added Brian Last's laugh from the podcast, and just added them in a bunch, like in the audio editing process, and just made it sound like it was part of his podcast. And then I wrote like source redacted, and I was like, cut footage from Jim Cornette's podcast where he talks about that Kyle. Just as like a joke, right?
That's funny.
And then it caught on, and everyone, I literally had so many people messaging me being like, yo, what podcast, which one, like blah blah blah, like, yo, how far into it does he talk about you? And I'm just like, oh no, now I have to tell him that I just made this. So yeah,
going back to the Death Proof tournament, what if you have to face your dad, PD Skills?
oh gosh. Oh, then we would have our rubber match, because technically we have one win on each other each. I won the strap match, and he won the no ring cage match in the parking lot at the No Ring North Live.
Nice.
And bloodied me up, and you can see the footage on YouTube.
I think that one. That was the one in, I think, not June, but the one before that one.
The one behind the 7-Eleven.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. I was there for a different one.
Oh, right.
Where you were also. But still pretty cool experience, though.
Feel that. Yeah, straight up. No, if I was to face PD Skills, we would have the match, and like honestly, I would hope that it would be for the No Ring North hybrid title.
Please make that happen.
That would be fucking. It'd be so awesome. Honestly, that title is the culmination of my life. Like, if I was to end my career after winning that title, eventually, as I sound confident as I say when and not if, when I win that title, I could end my career after that, and I'd be completely okay with it. Because, like, I have a couple of things on a bucket list and whatnot, and winning a title is one of them. And I've pretty much earmarked that one as being the one I want. So, and, yeah. Oh, by the way, Complex Mothra, you're in the chat. Fucking shout out. He's a Juggalo rapper. He's dope.
Oh, yeah. Title man for All Deathmatch News says, would you face Necro Butcher?
Necro. The answer is yes. I absolutely would. And I would take the stiff punches that he would definitely give me, because he would see my green hair and my tattoos and shit, and he would just, like, immediately want to just punch me and stiff me, and he definitely would. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen XPW's Theater Brutality. I believe it was number 3. Necro Butcher went up against the man known as Dilf, and he stiffed him multiple times in the face, and it was actually quite gross to watch, to be honest. And I imagine he would try to knock one of my other teeth out. So. But I would still do the match, absolutely. I wouldn't care if I was scarred for life.
Who is your biggest supporter when it comes to your wrestling?
I have many supporters. Like, my Nana and Papa are huge supporters. Like, my mom's mom and her second husband and shit. Like, they've been my biggest supporters. They helped me out through wrestling school and shit like that. So, like, mad shout out to them. Like, but, as if they're listening. They don't really do internet. But like, you know, my friends and stuff, like my friend Phil, who people know from New Frontier as the guy that I ripped his t-shirt off of him. Yeah, so he's a homie, and he really helps me out, and his girl Emily helps. You know, they're dope. And, like, you know, Madison, the chick who asked the question, she's awesome. She has drove me to shows before, you know, picked me up from the train station and shit like that. And, like, you know, I have, like, an incredible support system when it comes to people like that. And, like, you know, it's awesome to have those people.
Not to mention, your biggest supporter also is your dad, PD Skills.
Yes, reluctantly so. Like after the match, like we gained a lot of respect for each other and whatnot. So, he's a lot more open about the whole dad thing, And at the last show, there was a fan that was giving him the business. You know what I mean? Like yelling at him from the audience and getting like right up close. He was like real passionate. And Skills actually was yelling back and forth at him. And at one point, he grabs me and he pulls me in and he goes, "This is my kid, and he disagrees with you." I didn't know what to say, so I just yelled, "Yeah, I disagree with you."
So I have decided to make a bucket list of things I want to do in my wrestling career, and one of those things is to face you in the ring, whether it be
Oh.
normal rules or even in death proof, or even like no ring north style. That'd be kind of dope.
What is that song? Ways to Die.
Rob the 5'9" says he's got a damn family.
He's got a damn family. Fuck you, Rob.
Oh, oh, this is great. This is like such riveting content. I love it.
Isn't it?
The first time I ever met you was at a Courage Pro show, I believe.
Yes.
And then
That
after
was the first time that Kyle wrestled in a ring.
it was either before the show or after the show that me and my friend Michael were on your vlog, I believe, as well.
What was that? Sorry?
Me and my friend Michael, we were on your vlog, I believe, as well too. That's when we first.
Yes, you were. You ran into me while I was on my way to the train station, which is so funny because I had actually been dragging my gear bag behind me and looking for where the GO station was. And I walked to an intersection at one point and asked somebody, "Yo, where's the GO station?" Right?
Yep.
And they were just walking away from me so fast, and and I tried somebody else, and like they all thought I was homeless and I was trying to ask for change or something. And I was like, "No, man, like I'm just trying to find the GO station. Like I'm trying to go back to my home that I have. I'm not homeless." Like, and then I ran into you guys, and that was really cool.
Yeah, thankfully we knew where the GO station was. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have answered. Also, Titleman says, "Kyle, you are the Canadian Jun Kasai, big time fan."
Oh, I mean, like I can't say that because I can't do that because my inability to appreciate myself won't let me. But no, I'm happy to hear that because Jun Kasai is my hero, one of them. Madman Pondo and Jun Kasai are my two number one one-on-one match hopefuls, if you will. And I started wearing those goggles to the ring now because of Jun Kasai and Madman Pondo, because a lot of people don't know that Jun Kasai got that from Madman Pondo because there was a triple or a three-man tag team, like trios team.
Yep.
And it was me, Mitch Page, Madman Pondo, and Jun Kasai, and Pondo got them all those aviator goggles to wear, and Jun Kasai just kept using them because he just liked them, so he just kept wearing them. And I just love that story. So I just picked up, I didn't pick them up actually. Phil bought them for me off Amazon. And yeah, so I wear those now as a tribute to him and Pondo. And that's definitely going to be in the Death Proof tournament for sure because honestly, Neil Diamond Cutter's in that tournament and Jun Kasai is one of his favorites. And his number one dream match is Jun Kasai. And honestly, I'd love to see that. Neil Diamond Cutter versus Jun Kasai would be incredible. But like, so him first, but after him, I got dibs.
Earlier today, Kevin the intern put CJ is gonna work a death match. Dibs on commentary for that.
Nah, Kevin the intern is my favorite commentator. He's my favorite commentator.
Matt Cash also says, breaking news that Kyle is out of the tournament. No,
I might get banned I might get banned for the things that I would like to say to you, Matt Cash. So I'm just gonna keep that inside. And as for you, Rob, I look homeless because all I've been doing is obsessing over the Death Proof tournament, and I've been going insane and being unhinged and not being able to go for haircuts or cutting my beard or anything. And I've just been complaining that I'm not in the tournament. And what happened? High Pitch Will heard my screams, and he decided to use his American money to get me into the tournament. So Matt Cash, you can just deal with it. And Rob, you can just deal with it.
Matt Cash says, "Lol, just say it.
Just say what?
Whatever you have on your mind about him."
Oh, no, I'm not gonna, because I'll get banned. I will.
Also, Title Man also says, "What is your dream match tournament you would compete in?" Tournament?
What is my dream tournament?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dream deathmatch.
okay. Okay. Maybe because like Tournament of Death would be dope. Like CZW, they do it again. Bobby Beverly just won their last one, so like that would be cool. Honestly, anyone to be invited. You know what I mean? The fact that FML invited me for theirs. I happen to be a replacement for somebody that couldn't make it or whatever, but that's that's the truth. But I was there, you know what I mean? Like I was in the conversation, and I was all right with that, you know what I mean? I thought that was really cool, and I almost faced Akira, so that's really cool too. He's one of my favorites, and that's the thing. Any deathmatch tournament that would have me. If there was one though, it would be Masters of Pain, because that's Madman Pondo's tournament. That's IWA East Coast is their deathmatch tournament, and Madman Pondo is the man who books that and whatnot. So it'd be cool to be invited by him to be in his tournament. That'd be dope.
Do you think you would do good in Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
Oh my God. Like, you're talking like ultimate dream. Like, if that ever happened again, I could just retire, quote unquote retire. It's actually just quit. We don't retire, we quit. So if I was to quit after that, I would be satisfied with my career 100%. Even if I didn't win a title, I'd be like, I wrestled for ICP. I don't care. High school me is doing backflips, and he was fat, so that was hard for him.
So for the longest time, as you probably know, my display picture on my Facebook was a picture of you and I, but you were very bloody.
Yes, I was so happy that you kept that on for so long.
Oh yeah. Retirement's realistic in wrestling. Just ask Terry Funk. Yeah.
It's true.
With that being said, would you ever ever get that bloody ever again?
Oh, 100%. I bleed like a stuck pig, and I've never bled any way other than the hard way of being actually punctured with something, and I've never given myself any help, if that makes sense. And I don't need any help. There's a trade, secret of, if you want to get a little bit more color, take a little bit of aspirin before the match or whatever, and it'll, make your blood flow a little better. But the truth is, if I was to do that, I might bleed out, just because I'm so susceptible to just sieving right out, right? Just the first time I bled, I got hit in the head with a gusset plate cowbell like I just had. And I just started spitting from my forehead, just blah blah, and there were people that thought that I wasn't gonna keep going after that, and I just kept going, and I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it; it just kind of happened.
Also, somebody said that Kyle versus Nabiev. Fuck.
Alex Nabiev, my man from Russia. He's been my one of my biggest supporters from day one of doing hardcore stuff, and it's pretty insane that him and I are friends. I consider him a friend. Young Sanchez, his boy, I consider them friends of mine, and I met them on the internet, and it's pretty insane. So yeah, if any time Alex Nabiev wants to carve me up, he can do it.
So speaking of that No Ring North event. I don't know if you can see the
Hey,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
but I brought this belt with me to my first ever No Ring North show, and I got a bunch of wrestlers to use it too. So it was like the coolest experience ever. It was like a big ass bar fight.
Big ass bar fight.
Yeah,
Oh, legit. Like
no,
what? Which one?
the one that I went to back in I think it was like last year or 2 years ago.
Was that the one in May?
Yeah,
Okay, WrestleMania.
yeah, that one.
I threw the pane of glass in Warhead's face at the end.
Yeah,
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that when I took the mask off? What'd you think?
it was so good.
Did you know it was me?
I kind of assumed because of like what you were wearing, but like I kind of put two and two together, and I was like, oh shit, Kyle.
Yes. I wasn't sure if I would be blown by what I was wearing, but I made sure I wore just regular clothes. I actually wore a Cutsy hoodie, but I was like, there's no way that anybody would think I was Cutsy. The man's like 7 feet tall.
Maddie asks, are you proud of the wrestler you became?
I'm proud, yes. I could be better. I would like to train more, to be honest. There's actually going to be a training school set up in the Durham region area in Oshawa, which is the closest any ring has ever been to where I live. So I'm going to be a part of that, absolutely. Like as a trainee, I'm not going to be a coach or anything. But if you do want to join that, you can train with me because I will be there all the time.
So it's funny. I've been training for actually in May. It'll be almost a year, or it'll be a year.
Oh, fantastic. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, it's been a year-long build, and I just keep getting better and better.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Uh,
I think it was, I started training in January, and December of that year, I was in a battle royal.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I even asked permission, and Rob Fuego told me that it was okay.
Kevin the intern asks, who would you have liked to face from the WWF Attitude Era Hardcore division? Al
Oh,
Snow.
man. Oh, man.
Uh,
Um, Raven was there. I'd love
yeah.
to do something with Raven. I know he's not exactly in wrestling shape anymore, but I'd love for him to maybe manage a dude that I do wrestle or something, or do something like that. Something with Raven. Even a promo would be awesome.
Might be.
Yeah, right. Like Raven's my favorite of one of my favorites of all time. If I was to make a Mount Rushmore of my favorites, like a top five or whatever, Raven would be on there easily. So that would be dope. Who else was there? Um,
Al Snow Hardcore.
uh, Al Snow, yeah, Perry Saturn, Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, R.I.P. Um, yeah, like honestly though, like if I was to wrestle anyone from the hardcore division that has won the hardcore title, it would be that one Godfather's hoe that won the hardcore title because I know that I could probably beat her. No, no
Kevin,
pun intended.
Kevin also wants to know what's your ECW Mount Rushmore?
Oh, that's hard. Oh, jeez.
Hard questions.
Okay. Raven, Taz. Shit. Fuck. Raven, Taz, Sandman, uh, Tommy Dreamer, and out of respect, Terry Funk.
Let's see. For myself, Sandman just for his entrance, because that entrance is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. I am the second coming of Sandman. Great entrance, no working ability.
But yeah, Sandman, Dreamer, maybe the both Dudley boys.
Oh, true, the Dudleys. Yes, like I omitted them.
Uh, let's throw in Jerry Lynn too, just for the hell of it.
Not much in the hardcore stuff, but was really dope when it came to, his matches with Rob Van Dam, and of course he's a former champion.
Oh yeah, we forgot RVD as well.
I do have a good entrance, Cash. I don't care what you say.
Terry Funk versus Sandman versus Dreamer versus Paul Heyman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I would say Paul too, but like that's a
Yeah.
gimme.
That Kyle versus a electric razor.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't be giving ideas away, okay? I have plans for this beard, all right?
Oh boy. Kevin the intern says Rob Van Dam Saturday, Sandman Raven or
True,
Sabu.
true. Sabu, yeah, true, true. Um, I feel that. Rob Van Dam, obviously, duh. I don't know how I forgot him.
Yeah,
Honestly, I was just tossing him out there.
like we could like
Just whoever came to my
like
mind.
make that list like forever, and
Oh,
it's still the same.
honestly, like you start at the top and then just work your way down. And we actually did that. There's an episode of Schwa Wars, the podcast, with Adam Hayes, where me, PD Skills, Jesse Amato, and Adam Hayes, we all talked about ECW champions and ranked them, which it was really, really fun to do. And there's a lot of statistics and numbers in that podcast. Some people really like it.
Reza says, I don't know why I'm watching this in a loud bar, can't hear shit. That's funny. Also, Title Man also says New Jack as well.
New Jack's in there, yeah, as fucking insane as he is.
And Nick says fuck you.
Yes, love you too, Jason Chase.
Oh man. Now, if you could do a ECW versus JCW thing, 6-man tag team match, who would you put in that?
Okay, it's got to be the three, like the core three of JCW was probably Corporal Robinson, Too Tough Tony, and
Yes.
I'd say the Weed Man. Okay.
Yes.
And if it was ECW on the other side, instinct says I want to put Dudley's on it.
Of course.
Um, but I don't want to fill up the team because there's only three. So I'm gonna put Bubba on the team, just Bubba. I'm gonna put Tommy Dreamer and just for like dysfunction purposes, Raven. Just cause out of my booking mind, all I can see is Raven screwing Dreamer over, and that's how the match gets won by the JCW team.
All right. So for myself, I would throw in Weed Man as well. Yeah, Weed Man, Officer Colt Cabana, just because of the pure dysfunction.
Yes, there you go.
And then
No pun intended, by the way, with Weedman, because his name is Dysfunction. No pun intended.
and then who'd be a third fun one? Because they had like a lot of people in that roster. Let's see. Yeah, those two, and then we'll go. Let's go with Congo Kong because he was there like a few times too.
A gimmick created by Violent J.
Yeah. And then for the ECW side, we'll go just for pure nostalgia, Sabu, RVD, and New Jack.
Nice.
That'd be a fun one.
What a team that is, eh?
So, do you have anything you want to promote? Any vlogs coming up?
I haven't done one in a very long time. I've been very lazy when it comes to my YouTube content, which, I work nights, straight up, so, it gets done when it gets done. And, I don't know. I don't have any like podcasts or anything coming up. The only show I have coming up is the Death Proof Tournament, which of course I've worked so hard to get in.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? High Pitch Will. He might end up adding me to his little not little. I would say his incredibly dope punk stable called TFC, Total Fucking Chaos Incorporated, and that also includes my good friend Hardcore, and also Chuck Stein from Detroit.
Hmm.
So that would be pretty dope to be with those guys, and then maybe end up, in New York or Detroit area. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
So that, those are my hopes for the future. But honestly, only I'm looking forward to the Death Proof tournament because that's what my main focus is. That's the reason I've grown out this hair and this friggin' beard. It's because I've been so obsessed. I've been able to think about anything else, eat or sleep. I've lost like 6 pounds.
Hmm.
Damn you, Warhead.
Jason Chase says, "Finish the interview bleeding like how Moxley would." I on there, but
I joke, obviously. Yeah, he's telling me to finish the interview bleeding.
is the deathmatch community in Canada big now? Fuck yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah.
not for me to answer.
I mean, from a fan standpoint, yes, I would think so. We have more deathmatch people in like Ontario than we do anywhere else.
Honestly, because like the rest of Canada, I don't know, other than Montreal, like Quebec and such, I haven't seen anything else hardcore E. But then again, it's not like I'm searching for Alberta or Saskatchewan wrestling. Like for all I know, they have the best deathmatch scene in the Northwest Territories that I just haven't seen yet.
That's funny. So,
And these two with their little circle jerk in the chat can fuck off.
yeah.
Before I walk to Oshawa and slap you in the face, Matt Cash. I don't even know where you're from, Rob, but I'm going to find you.
So, with that being said, Kyle, I'm going to promote one more thing, and then we're going to cut this interview off here. It's been quite fun talking with you.
I'm glad.
Tomorrow afternoon tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m., where I have the HPW champion Bruiser Battersby coming on for the first time.
That dude's awesome. Like, if I can toss my 2 cents in on him, he's dope. I've seen him wrestle several times. I've helped ACW out a couple times, and he's wrestled for them. And Battersby's dope. I really think he's awesome. For a big dude, he moves like a cruiserweight. He's awesome.
Literally. And with that being said, Matt Cash, I hope Kyle destroys you in the first round, provided you two get the first 2 spots in there.
You won the last tournament, Cash. You're not going to win this one. I swear. I'm going to get in your way, and I'm going to stop you.
I wish you the best.
Your tyranny.
Upcoming tournament. It's been
yes.
I will give this interview a name, and then I will message you afterwards.
Right on, brother. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, no problem. Have a good one.
You too.
Take care, yo.